We're not taking a whirlwind over battle trance ever, I don't think. Slay the Spires like Solitaire every run is technically winnable. Is every run of Solitaire technically winnable? Twitch chat is like Wikipedia. Every comment is true. Do I think the merchant sells to the thieves, or do they simply steal to fulfill some kind of purpose they feel by being named Red Thief and Blue Thief? I don't see why the merchant wouldn't sell to the thieves. Apparently there is exactly one seed that cannot be won. Okay, if you say so. By the way, that wasn't intended to be shitting on Wikipedia. I think Wikipedia is like probably about as accurate as any encyclopedia, and much more accurate than like news articles. It's just it's also not fully accurate, you know? Hey Chevy, yeah, I'm doing mostly okay. Poisoned stab. I breathe away from the microphone to stab the enemy. Poisoned stab. Have I ever eaten something and I'm not hungry anymore, but it was so good I had to eat another anyway? Oh my gosh. I'm the son of a woman who was getting her economics PhD when I was a child. I had there was a birthday party where it was my birthday party, and they set out like shared food in the middle of the table. Like here's the like candy and whatever and so on, and then they served us like individually, like I don't know, a burger or something like that. I forget what exactly it was, but basically the general idea was there was the food in the middle that was food that wasn't like prepared, and then there was food that was given out individually that was prepared for each person. And I was like, game theoretically, I mean I didn't say game theoretically, but I was like, the correct play is to get as much of the food that is shared as possible first so that you can have the most food. And then my mother scolded me and said it was selfish. But yeah, I had an interesting childhood. She left out a paper she was working on for the Department of Transit where they were like, according to so-and-so, any money spent on improving road safety is justifiable if you can prevent the loss of one life for every $200,000 spent, or something like that. Like, read the literature, and it was like, well, if we're spending government money to improve the health of the population, this is about how much leverage you need on the money for it to be better than the other options, like vaccines or whatever, you know? There's literature like that. And so I read that paper, and exactly, just like Twitch chat, my takeaway was like, oh, so a human life is worth $200,000. That was my takeaway. And so I went to I went to school and I like told my friends, did you know your life is worth like, but then I couldn't remember how many dollars it was. I was like, no, but there's like a dollar value for your life. I'll ask my mother tonight. And so then I went home and asked my mother how many dollars a human life was worth. And, and she like looked sort of offended and concerned and like told me that you couldn't think about human life that way. And I remember being really confused and feeling like it was the first time my mother lied to me. um, anyway, little sociopath Jorbs is hilarious. Yeah, I know, right? I know. Back in the good old days. All right. Yeah, I know, 5, 6, 7. That is the more nuanced understanding that an adult can have, right? That, yes, the paper was not actually saying what, like, 7-year-old me or whatever thought it was saying. Thanks for the 100 bits, Silvardo. Appreciated. Predator or Malaise? Oof. I need some help fighting these elites, and I just chose to go on a path that forces 2 fights. So I think I have to take Predator over Malaise here. Oof. Malaise is a very good card, so that hurts a little bit. Hey Chogan, how you doing? Predator is a perfectly mediocre card which is trying its best. Predator's fine. I think it's better than mediocre. It's just not Malaise. Thanks for the 400 bits, Grenoff. Appreciated. Much appreciated. Do we go Caltrops or well-laid plans? I think I'd rather have a well-laid plans right now, despite how good Caltrops is against both Hexaghost and Book of Stabbing, which are both fights we haven't solved yet. But I think we're close to solving Hexaghost with well-laid plans. And Aracalcum's pretty good in that fight. And we have some damage from Predator. Better drink this fruit juice. Maybe this? I thought I was supposed to discard fruit juice. It is a lot of sugar. It is a very large amount of sugar. I wouldn't blame someone for avoiding it. Not at all. I always basically think of fruit juice as soda. Like soda that tastes different. But in terms of nutritional value, I just sort of group them together in my head because it makes things a little bit easier, and I think it's mostly accurate. Deflect and dodge and roll are both made a little bit worse by Orichalcum, although they're also made better by Footwork Plus. I don't really have a block card yet. I'll try the dodge and roll. Let's go for another elite. Do I want to store at the moment? It'd be nice to remove a strike, I guess. I'm into caltrops here. Alright. I think that solves some things. I'm sure we'll get offered lots of decent attacks with a Molten Egg. I don't think we have to take a quick slash there. To keep high sugar drinks from ruining your teeth, you're supposed to siphon it directly into your throat. I just inject that shit, honestly. Something something synapse. Good point. I should have my synapse. Gremlin Knob has 4 eyes? Are you shitting me? Really? I didn't know that. If that's true, it may be huge. That could change everything. Actually, I'm going to edit the Wikipedia article right now and say that that's the case. Pajama, Sam I am. I'm glad you enjoy this stuff. Synapse is like soda and an energy drink and fruit juice all in one. And nootropic. It's like a little bit of a multivitamin type of thing too. I don't know if multivitamin is the wrong comparison. I had a friend who got really excited about Synapse because he had like done a bunch of research and found like powders and pills that gave him some of the ingredients in Synapse, and he was like, oh, I can just drink a drink that tastes good instead. That's cool. Infernium K, thanks for the 4 months. Hagabomo show to you too. Is my code reusable or only for one order? I think it's intended to be used for one order. But I don't know what happens if you try to use it for more than one order. Honestly. Hi Zephyr. You were sitting next to my chair meowing at me. How's it going, cat? Does anyone else feel like Defect decks are too slow? Defect often has a lot of trouble with turn 1. A lot of winning with Defect is working out how to have a good turn 1 and 2. Usually it's not that hard for Defect to have a good turn the ones after 1 and 2. think I'm holding on to neutralize and playing it next turn, and we're gonna survive the overcharge and kill with basically caltrops. Zephyr's like 9 or... He's coming up on 10, but he's not quite there yet. So he's not a kitten. Definitely not a kitten. I am on fire. All cats are kittens. Could be true. Not the most exciting stuff. I think I'll take an unload plus. Just a big attack, help out with elites if we fight some elites soon. It's like fine. Certainly wouldn't call it good. I think with Auracalcum probably we're a little bit more slanted toward Pandora's Box and Philostone here. Auracalcum and Lantern are both pretty good with Pandora's Box because our defends get a lot worse with Auracalcum. We also have Molten Egg. I didn't even bother mentioning that, but Molten Egg is like why I started looking at Pandora's Box and thinking that would be good to begin with. Because any of the 9 cards that is an attack is going to be upgraded. Hi, cat. You are being very needy right now. What's going on? What's going on in Zephyr's life? Hey, Solon Skinner. Skyner? Leopardly, hello. Gaming Griffin. CJM Mishi, hello. Who is more needy? Zephyr or Twitch chat? There are a lot more people in Twitch chat, so it feels like an unfair comparison. I think if I had like a couple thousand Zephyrs, oh my god. I think that per capita, Zephyr is more needy by far. Infernium K, Bunk Guy, hello. Hey Curtis Robinson, hey Mashy Ban. Oh, he's purring. Oh. What a handsome cat. Let's take a Pandora's Box. Got a Dagger Spray plus, All Out Attack plus, 2 Blurs, another Footwork and Caltrops. Accuracy plus Storm of Steel. Great, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Zephyr, you are straight up sitting on my mouse right now. Zephyr has deemed it appropriate for me to take a break at this time for scratching his chest. I regret to inform you all, yeah. I apologize profusely to my fans. Sarah! Thank you very much for the 3 months on Bamushu to you too. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's getting into this. Big screen kitty. Well, I can't move my mouse, so I can't really do that right now. He's literally sitting on top of it. Hey, Yo Plate. Digital Joe, hello. Hey, Lounge Toy. Abula saying hello. Just use Zephyr as your mouse and push him around. want to push you around? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I want to push you down? I haven't listened to that song for a really long time. Sort of a problematic song, huh? There you go. Combat Wombat Reno, thanks for the 10 months. Longbow show to you as well. Hey Splinter Toad, hey Butlow. Zephyr, I did have stuff I was doing at the moment. Oh, are you telling me to stop petting you? Excuse you? It's bath time now? Alright. It's my turn. Lala, hello. Hey, Puck. Pootie Smasher, hello. How are you today? What about that speedster score? I think that's gone at this point. Don't think we have to worry about that. We finish lots of runs in under 45 minutes anyway. Just not many that we win, you know? Yeah. Alright, Zephyr. Come here. I have a comfy lap for you. Come on. Go. There you go. Your cat passed 2 years ago and you're surprised how much you miss her. Oh, it's rough having pets. Pets that pass away. This is the truth. Where's hurt art? Should I? No, I can't show hurt art on screen right now. Would be too upsetting for people. I won't do that at the moment. Another time though. Alright, Zephyr. Act 2. We're fighting the thieves. You gonna get them? Oh, more bath time. Alright. My play may deteriorate on account of cat. But I'll do my best, you know. It's whatever. Interesting. Dodge and roll is actually like turning off our Calcum here and giving us less block. It's not what you want. $20 plus 16 would kill this outright. Good, good. We have defeated the thieves, Zephyr. Where shall we go next? We must go to the question mark. Oh! You going to your spot? Alright, Zephyr has given up on my lap and gone to his spot. Wizardry. Can't really take backflip with an Aracalcum and 3 energy, I don't think. There are going to be other times when that would be a very good card, but I don't think it's so great right now. Tonky Wonky Jonky, hello! You BH Lithium. I do have accuracy in play. 5 times 7 is 35. That's enough. There you go. Storm of Steel and accuracy. What can I say? This would be a 3rd footwork. Or I could take a Slice Plus with 3 energy. Or a Tactician with 3 energy, actually. I think all three of these are cards you could make an argument for. I have all out attack and acrobatics and survivor, so 3 out of 20 cards let me discard. Actually, I have unload too, so 4 out of 20 cards let me discard. So it's a pretty good tactician as far as tacticians go. Let's try tactician because it's fun. You don't often get to take a tactician, I don't think. Not in my experience anyway. Thank you very much for the 2 month stackies. Hungbomo show to you too. Next turn's gonna be interesting, isn't it? I don't imagine we're gonna have enough damage to kill here. Which means we just like take 18. Alright, I mean, sure. I love taking damage, especially when it's a lot. Oh, actually we only take 10. Because we kill with our 8 cal drops. It's definitely possible to have too much footwork. Footworks take a while to do anything. You gotta draw them and then play them. So you only really want enough to be able to block the big attacks once you're set up usually. Which means that if you have like 7 of them, like what's the point? Which attack did you need 7 of them for? All you're using them for is like, you're gonna draw a bunch of footworks on turn 1 and not be able to do anything. At some point they become detrimental. Nos class! Thanks very much for the 11 months. Ogbomo show to you as well. Is it possible to have too much ham? Yes. Oh yeah. I don't want to get into it, but yeah. What do I have against ham? That wasn't what I was trying to say. So I could use unload to discard all of my cards and gain an energy. Or what a weird situation. Is it over? Feels like it's over. This is 7 times 5, which is 35. You know, that is really not a very large number. Oh, I can hold it and play Predator. I'm sure it's not even good, right? How could it possibly be good? I don't know. The problem with Storm of Steel is you have to discard your entire hand. And generally, your hand is pretty good. Electrobolt, hello. How you doing? Piercing Whale seems like an alright one. That is another Caltrops. I don't think we need 3 Caltrops. Could take another Piercing Whale, could take a Shuriken, could take a card remove, maybe a card remove and a Warpaint, and a Piercing Whale. That looks like an okay buy. Our potions are okay, but they're defensive. Could just go Shuriken, Piercing Whale. What's my card remove right now? Not that good. I'd like remove Accuracy or Storm of Steel, but until I remove one of those, they actually do something together. They don't do much, but like once I remove one of them, the other one is actually doing nothing. Whereas once I while I keep both of them, they can combine to approximate one reasonable card. Dynamics, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Hogbomushu to you as well. There's a Dagger Throw +4 Tactician. I think it's not so exciting to take that though. I think I like Shuriken Piercing Whale. Looking at it some more. Automaton's about to fall over. He's gonna fall to the left. You can tell there's no way of its center of mass is outside all of the supports, right? So it's just that's why there isn't anything down here, because in previous iterations of the Spire it's fallen down and crushed those floors. So Jorbs, how do you keep Slay the Spire interesting after 4,300 hours? Alright, cool. Let's do... Let's do this. What should you focus on in each act as defects? Defect sort of tough. I'm okay-ish with this line. The block potion doesn't end up doing that much if we just play Piercing Whale here, though. I don't really see why we wouldn't. Oh well. That was always something that might have happened, but the lines where we didn't draw Piercing Whale were pretty important. Had to work out how to not die in them. Hey Lucerna, hey Keltai. I would say the biggest thing for defect is... What would I say the biggest thing for defect was? The enemies are all the same, right? So you have to do the same things as the other characters. It's just that how you do them is a little bit different. Don't think I want any of this stuff. Maybe acrobatics is okay. Have an Art of War now. Don't know that that changes that much. Have a concentrate available. It's an upgraded concentrate. I just don't draw enough cards, I don't think. I don't have like a malaise or anything to dump the energy into. Hey, awesome. First the Searing Blow run and now an Accuracy Shiv deck with Shuriken. This is amazing. I don't I would recommend not assuming that this run's gonna live up to the Searing Blow run hype. I just don't want you all to feel let down. I don't really know how other people play Defect. Which makes it hard to comment on how you should play Defect. Unload, Storm of Steel, Synergy. Unload also very good with well-laid plans. Oh good. They all cost 3. I didn't count Storm of Steel when I was thinking about ways to discard Tactician, right? I'm pretty sure I didn't. Hey! Well, it doesn't do anything. Still though, very good, very good. Beer potion's okay. Deflect Plus is definitely okay. Might even be better than Piercing Wail with double footwork and 2 blurs. Yeah, I think I like it. Fuck. Guess I have a Molten Egg and a Pandora's Box, so yeah, it's sort of hard for me to have unupgraded attacks right now. If I go this way and lose a lot of health, I just go ahead and rest. Having extra health for Automaton is probably not going to feel like a terrible idea if we get there anyway. So I do have an all-out attack. Got a bunch of caltrops. Let's hit you. Mighty Midget, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Mongo Bomo show to you too. Why is this so miserable? Why can't we just have Pocket Watch? Like in the good runs. Seems sort of unfair. Quick Slash plus, Flying Knee plus, Slice plus. I feel like we're missing a Quick Slash right now. Let's take a Quick Slash. Just feels like we can't spend energy on damage in a sensible way a lot of our turns. Is it over? I think I meant to Oil Aid plans and hold Dagger Spray, actually. Well, we did that. We did not hit our piercing whale and we got attacked. Go leg sweep, survivor, dagger spray, and use this potion to kill you. Ends up not being the worst ever. Weird fight. So I'm blocking fully already. Got there eventually. When do I get the keys? Whenever it seems appropriate. Gotta judge based on how the run's going. Not sure if this deck never gives a satisfying hand or always gives a satisfying hand. It's one of the two, though. Hey Soma, how you doing? Hey BRB for chimes. Unload to deal damage? Sure. I'm gonna hold on to neutralize. Can you sue Mega Crit if... I think you can sue anybody in this country, can't you? Like, you don't even need a reason. Probably... you may end up having to pay them a lot of money if you do that. But I think you can. Note, I am not a lawyer. but I'm sure I could be. Perhaps the important question is why I'm not a lawyer. Hey there, Stress Lord. How you doing? That sounds great, Stress Lord. I live at... Just a sec. 2425 South 200th Street, Seattle, Washington, 98198. Just go ahead and head right on in. You can hang out for as long as you want. Okay, the Caper. Hey, Michael. You're visiting Seattle in the spring. That sounds nice. I don't remember what Seattle looks like while the sun is out. I think the coolest thing about Seattle, there are some nice museums and stuff downtown. The coolest thing about Seattle is how quickly you can get out into like beautiful mountains and hikes and the like. So if you get a chance to do something like that, I would recommend it. There's a lot of good beer. There are some pretty cool restaurants. Yeah, lots of museums and shows and the like, if you're into that. Maybe in Venom? Could actually justify spamming some shivs here, perhaps. Seattle's expensive. Portland, is it? I think Seattle and Portland are meaningfully different. What do I think of Tactician upgrade? I have not had anything particularly exciting to spend my energy on at any point in this run, I don't think. So giving myself more energy seems counterproductive. If anything, I should be trying to give myself less energy. Guess I could have played Survivor here, and there was no reason not to. That's good to know for next time. The coolest thing about Seattle is not being in Seattle. I mean, if you're looking for like a metropolitan area to visit, I'm not sure why you would pick Seattle. I'm also not sure why you'd look for a metropolitan area to visit, but, but you know. Whatever. You do you, I guess. E.E.K. Hawkman. What is this? Unload. Alright. Don't think I care about that at the moment. We got leg sweep next turn. Nice hyper beam. Lol. Hold on to blur if we can. Cool. Never mind. You visit then buy stuff in Seattle because no tax. Isn't it the other way around? It's Oregon that doesn't have sales tax, but Seattle doesn't have property tax, right? So you live in... Fuck, I don't remember this shop. I just give them tons of money whenever they ask for it. Washington doesn't have income tax? Sure, something like that. Neutralize dagger spray storm of steel? Neutralize poison stab storm of steel? Get that shiv spamming going? Could also just like block this turn and presumably block more later as well. Feels like I should try to kill it though. Let's try to kill it. Love how using Storm of Steel requires you to get punched in the face for relatively low reward. Yep. It's almost like the cards in your hand are better than shivs a lot of the time. And so turning them all into shivs isn't necessarily very good. But what do I know? Corpse explosion and venom and bullet time. Looks like we got through the fight eventually. That fight seemed like it took a long time. The act seemed like it took a long time. I feel older, wiser, sort of more bitter about the world. I'm gonna take corpse explosion. And I guess we'll take the fourth energy, the conditional fourth energy. Hey Erisian, how you doing? Oh damn. That's a really cool cheer badge. Do I currently have a goal in Slay the Spire? We're releasing a mod character on the 14th, which is very exciting. That's what I've been working on recently. Explorers do not currently exist. The cards aren't done. Like, the cards aren't designed yet. And are certainly not coded. Alright, Darklings are here to kill us. Connect, thanks for gifting the sub to Crimson Blur. Agbomusho to you both. Good. I've killed the one that isn't attacking. Well, sometimes that is how it goes. I think I'll discard. Poison Stab. The Slaver's Collar gives us energy in elite and boss fights. So like this is both an elite and a boss fight if I remember right, so we're getting 2 energy every turn from it in this fight, I'm pretty sure. Should be anyway. Someone should check that. Going to put up a mod the Spire helper video, maybe helping the less savvy get the Wanderer. Oof. That sounds like a really good idea, but also sounds like it should be somebody else's job, not mine. Boom. Noxious Fumes Plus. That card deals a lot of damage. We're fighting a weakened one without malaise. Got double footwork, double caltrops, accuracy, well-laid plans. I should remove accuracy, huh? Alright, let's do that. Funnel's okay, finesse is okay, preserved insect's okay. Basically get to buy any one of these things. I think I prefer funnel to preserved insect. Does a lot more in the awakened one fight and the heart fight. Helps us survive in the Act 4 Elite fight too. Like, we're not going to kill them before turn 3, but getting rid of an artifact charge so Piercing Wail works does a bit for us. I don't have a catalyst yet. Isn't Storm of Steel worse than accuracy? I don't think so. Is there some reason to think that? I don't think either of them's particularly good, but accuracy gives the Awakened one strength if I ever play it, and Storm of Steel sometimes makes shurikens happen. SD Shepherd! That was an odd time for you to be ending your stream. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good one. What time zone exactly? It's funny. You've been raiding my streams later in the day as well, and now I'm streaming earlier and you're raiding my streams earlier. I appreciate the support a lot. Welcome in, everybody. We're plotting our way through this Pandora's Box Silent Run with a bunch of cards that like almost work. We're getting there. We're getting close to having a deck that makes sense. Thanks for the 5 months, SD Shepherd. Ogbomo show to you too. I'm glad you enjoyed the Searing Blue run. That was a ton of fun. People ask why you raid me, and you say that it's because it's the easiest way for you to watch my stream after you end yours. You must have worked out the Twitch dashboard better than me then, because I still cannot work out how to get to the channel that I've raided. Fucking hate it. But I appreciate it though. Maybe you could hook me up with a guide on using the Twitch dash or something. I think I'm just gonna take another footwork. And we'll say that probably we can get somewhere with that. How good is the Twitch dashboard? Today it told me that my stream uptime was -18 seconds. So it's great. It seems... I don't know a lot about software, but it seems like probably this is the best coding that has ever been made. I guess it's not even software, right? It's like web something or other. Anyway, I'm sure that it will be in the textbooks pretty soon. Is this on the final? I actually have recurring nightmares about being in charge of like teaching a course but not having prepared anything. So I do not appreciate you asking me if I have prepared the final. But yes, and if you don't pass the final, you will be banned from the channel. I might ban you from the channel anyway. It's touch and go. If I had to teach a course, which subject would I enjoy most? The thing that I hate about teaching in a like official environment that I don't have to worry about so much with Spire side chats and like, which is why I do a bunch of Spire side chats but don't teach in an official environment, is you have to like actually say things that are true like all the time. Fuck that. Like in the Spire side chats, most of the time I'll say stuff that's true, but sometimes I'll just like, you know, just say whatever because I can get away with it. But if people are like paying me a bunch of money to like teach a subject that lots of people know about, fuck that. That's so fucking hard. I enjoy that as a Spire broadcaster, I can present my thoughts about something to people, and, you know, if they are valuable to you, you can get something out of them, but I don't have to pretend to be telling you, like, exactly what the current beliefs of the leading experts in the field of Slay the Spire are at all moments. Philosophy teacher, obviously. I had a pretty good philosophy teacher. I think one of the most... Can I use the word cromulent? I don't think anyone can stop me. I think one of the most cromulent lessons... I'm not sure what that word means, but it just... Anyway, I think that one of the most cromulent lectures that I ever attended was a lecture by a philosophy professor who I quite enjoyed the class I took from him. And he showed up drinking cough syrup from the bottle on the day. And he was giving a lecture about Shakespeare or something, but like a couple of minutes into the lecture, it wasn't really about Shakespeare anymore. And I don't know how much that was planned and how much is just what happened. And he told us that the entire sense of self didn't really make sense, because if you imagined yourself like on a spacecraft out in space or whatever, you wouldn't really exist as you do. Like, it's really surprising how close you can get to being high without any substance. Anyway, so where was I up to? So, if you're in space, like there's no air for you to breathe, there's no food for you to eat, all of your friends aren't there, your like computer with its games isn't there, the books that you read aren't there, the things you do aren't there, the culture that you live in isn't there. And when you think about what you'd be like in space, assuming that you could survive in some way at all, let's say there are life support systems maybe, it becomes clear after a while that like a lot of your habits and the things that you're used to reacting to on your day-to-day or whatever are very dependent on what's around you. And so if you're thinking about yourself and why you do things, you sort of have to think about yourself as a like collection of the things around you for it to make any sense. I thought that was quite a poignant lesson. Very cromulent. That's completely wrong, but don't ask me why. I would never dream of asking you anything. My professor literally just watched JoJo. I think this was before JoJo was a thing. Perhaps my professor retired from teaching and wrote JoJo. And Nexai, thanks for gifting the sub to Electrobolt. Agbomusho to you both. Take 3 blurs. 3 blurs. 3 footworks. Why not? Why not? Probably because it's not that good. It's very slow against the Act 4 elites, I think is the main problem. Alright, let's get all these keys. Goodbye, Akabeko. JoJo was published in 87. I mean, I was born in the year 87 too. The fall of the Roman Empire was tough for me. Eli Clone, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Hogbomo show to you too. Blur? Was I there when Caesar died? Caesar died before the year 87. What are you talking about? I'm upset that you would even ask that. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. Was Caesar said with a hard C or a soft C? Latin C's were hard. But I'm not currently speaking Latin, so, you know. But yeah, it's pronounced Kaiser, which is why all of the other languages have Kaisers. Makes a lot of sense once you... oh, you know. Kaiser Soze. Yep, that's the same word, I believe. You see that on Reddit every other week. There's probably a joke to be made here. Yeah, I'm sure there is. There's gotta be one somewhere in there, right? Someone goes to Reddit for the content of the set of Jorbs. What a scrub. Yeah, I mean, if you want recycled Reddit front page jokes, why aren't you just coming here? Today I learned, I mean, the problem with the Reddit front page is that because it's always the same, there's no reason to remember what's on it, right? Because you can just go read it again. So I honestly don't, I mean, it could be anything. Take another acrobatics. I feel like that'll be useful for boss fights. 24, 28 plus 4. You only go to Reddit for coronavirus conspiracy theory threads. Reddit has great conspiracy theories. I'm very jealous of the ability of, like, the collective Redditors to create great conspiracy theories. Because my conspiracy, I mean, I want so much in my life to believe in a good conspiracy theory, but I just feel like so few of them are good. And then anytime that I like happen on one that's like sort of okay, I find out that no, actually this conspiracy theory hurts people in some way, or someone's made it too obvious that it's wrong, which is a real downer. When you want a good conspiracy theory, you want that slight sliver of hope that maybe it's really true, you know? Do I like the mountains or actually tree stumps theory? The US government invented Lyme disease. I feel like the US government did something shitty during the Cold War is just like true, right? I mean, maybe it wasn't specifically Lyme disease, maybe it was instead like... Yeah, I don't want to say anything here because it's too depressing, but I feel like those ones hit a little bit too close to home for a lot of people. There's a Slay the Spire theory about the player being the bad guy. Or at least you said you want to believe that. That'd be a solid one, but I feel like it's too obviously true. See, I was having lunch. I was having lunch with someone once. And it was like a group affair, so... I wasn't just having lunch with this person, but he was one of the people at the lunch with me. And we were just chilling out and eating food. And he just sort of looks at me, and without any special inflection in his voice or anything like that, mentions how there's an alien base on the far side of the moon. And I, like... So my... Beyond all of the, like, does he think that that's true, or beyond all of that stuff, my main thought was, like, how sad I was that I didn't believe that the world was this fantastical. Like, what an incredible life one must lead if you get to believe things like that there's an alien base on the far side of the moon without, like, challenging yourself critically toward that belief. Think about all of the other things you could believe that would make things just seem so fantastical and incredible. Anyway, ever since then I've like sort of wished that I could make that happen for myself, but I've never succeeded. The only conspiracy theory you actively believe is that in the mid-2010s, memes about vaping were made by Big Tobacco. That sounds super believable. Like, yeah, like governments and large businesses and stuff are totally getting involved in meme making. It's a new form of communication of ideas, and so people who want to spread an idea are getting involved in it. I don't think that's even a conspiracy theory. This is my problem, though. I'm like either so sure that something's true that it doesn't seem fantastical to believe, or I just don't believe it's true and can't work out how I would make myself believe it was true. Every brand posts memes on Twitter. Yep. Even Jorbs.tv. I'm one of them. As a bit of a memer myself, can we kill here with the energy potion? Might be worth that. I do have an eternal feather, so I get a heal out of the campfire. Also, if I take 14, I'm getting meat on the bone, so maybe I'm not actually taking very much damage here. Blur blocks for 14s, I have 31 blocks, I'm taking 21. Which is actually 9. Okay, now I'm just not taking any damage, right? Cool. Ethelbean. Welcome, welcome. Do I genuinely believe big companies have a meme department? I mean, some do, like, publicly. It would be weird not to believe that the ones that publicly do have those things. Some of them don't. Some companies are a lot more aggressive about getting into tech stuff than others. But something that's interesting for me as a streamer, actually, is that there are companies which are very gung-ho about getting invested in the Twitch space and advertising on YouTube and Twitch channels and stuff. Having someone like me being an influencer promoting their brand. And there are other companies which will, like, if you send them an email asking if they'd like to collaborate on something, they will respond like, please remove us from your mailing list. What the fuck? It's, I don't know, different companies are different though. Reamer-tastic, thanks for the 5 months. Hongbomushu to you as well. How much do I pay my meme department? $5,000. Lump sum. Unmarked bills. Do I want tactician here now that I have double acrobatics? Well-laid plans is a decent one. Maybe I just want well-laid plans. I don't really have combos in this deck though. You get so many emails pitching you shit. You hate them. Your reply is usually just that. Please remove me from whatever list you have me on. Yep. I have received replies like that, and it's like really sad when it was like, well, I spent several hours along with my project manager researching the space and discovered that you were the most appealing brand to work with. Didn't actually have a list. Anyway, can be a little bit awkward at times. Let's get those birds dead early. This is the point of the run where Jorbs dies. Shit, spoilers. How do I die? If you don't mind letting me know. Jorbs dies at the end. A Slay the Spire run in 3 acts. Wait, none of these cards are block cards. That's some bullshit right there. I never watched John Dies at the end, or read it, or whatever. Is there a reasonable way to consume that media that I would find enjoyable, that someone would like to recommend? If not, I can just keep not enjoying it. There are 3 blurs in this hand. These are cool. I wouldn't hate holding on to this piercing whale. I have so many cards that are not block cards. Double caltrops that I still have don't help. It's probably just fine to play it. I seem like I have a bit of block here. The cash register, how you doing? Mom, I want a home. We have a home at home. The home at home is a 2-bedroom apartment that they're paying $2,000 a month for. Talkie Walkie Chalky, thanks for the sub. Hagabomo show to you as well. Appreciate the support a lot. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. The cash register, thanks for gifting the sub to the channel. Hagabomo show to you too. This is some pretty engaging gameplay right now, huh? I wonder what I'll do next turn. Perhaps I will be faced by new challenging decisions. Nope. Maybe next turn though. Nope. Time for everyone's daily golden kappa check. I have never had the golden kappa. Nope. Gosh darn it. How did I miss again? It's so upsetting. You've seen a golden kappa once? Spinach, that's incredible. I've only heard legends. Perfect gem activation? That was Diablo 2, right? That's my childhood you're talking about. What's the golden kappa? The golden kappa is real. One Twitch user every day has their kappa golden instead of gray. It is random and like they don't tell you. You just like, you find out if you use kappa that day. Neutralize or fumes? I think I actually like neutralize. It feels like this deck, once it's set up, is not going to be taking a lot of damage. You get a notification, which is why the check is so absurd. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that actually upsets me a little bit. Why would they notify? But it's so much more fun if they don't notify you. I'm very upset. That's not how I would have done it. They never ask me anything around here. How to kill this slug? I think we just play random cards that we draw until it dies. I think that this is really not the most complicated fight in the end. This one. And this one. Here we go. You just got back, why are we all capping? You talking about my boy Dolphin Chemist? Why didn't I Piercing Whale the 4 strength away? Oh yeah, that would have probably been a thing to do. I forgot that I was playing Slay the Spire for a bit. I was having an out-of-body experience where I believed I was a potted plant there. So I probably did play the turn slightly wrong. Jorbs just kind of forgot. I just kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet. Have I actually had an out-of-body experience? I have experiences where, like, my consciousness steps back from what I'm focusing on and analyzes it, and often tells me I'm stupid. But I haven't had the experience where I have a like visual lens looking upon myself from out of my body. Except maybe in like dreams, but that doesn't really count, right? But when I say that I have like an out-of-body experience, I'm usually referring to this thing where my brain becomes very critical of what I'm doing in a way that isn't really normal for me on a minute-to-minute scale. Can you talk to me after the stream? Probably. I'm a little bit busy, but I could spare 10 minutes. The Cubist, thanks for the 2 months. Bomo showed you as well. You work at the DMV, and the other day you gave out a plate that ended in Podge. That's awesome. That's awesome. I saw a plate that was AYA44, and I was like, oh my god. I forget what the rest of it was. It wasn't like a vanity plate. That was just by chance. It was so close to IAO. Have I ever died in a dream? Yes, I have died in a dream. I've had some fucked up dreams. I get sleep paralysis a good amount, so I've had some really weird sleep paralysis nightmares. Good. Prismatic Shard has arrived. I think we remove a card of some sort, although I'm not sure what. Are any of the cards particularly bad? Like all out attack or something? Backstab maybe? Maybe backstab at this point. Just gets in the way. Remove a card, upgrade our energy potion to a power potion maybe? Seems alright. I could also grab a calculated gamble. Not bad at all. I'm not sure that it's better than upgrading a potion or card removing though. Could spend a while thinking about this store. There's also a secret technique. I don't think that's better than upgrading a potion and removing either. So like, I think the power potion upgrade is more important than like anything else, probably. Let's do that. And then it's either card remove or calculated gamble. I could go calculated gamble acro. That might be okay. That's probably better than a card remove. Let's try it. You almost fell asleep watching this Don't Talk About Sleep Paralysis Nightmares. I've gotten to the point where I understand what they are enough that they don't upset me anymore, but when I was like first getting them, they would freak me the fuck out. Sorry, you just asked me not to talk about them, so I thought that I'd keep talking about them for you. I'm not sure if that's what you're looking for or not. You can let me know at a later time. I'll just keep going. You mained out-of-body experiences for 10 years. That's rad. Was that like in a CAA project or? That's rad. Is Calculated Gamble better than Calculated Gamble Plus? Sometimes, and sometimes not. Holy shit. Calculated Gamble is better than this hand. I think this is a power potion for Wraith form sort of situation right now, maybe. I don't have Pantograph. I have a meat on the bone. Am I like dead at the moment? Pretty close to dead at the moment. I've decided not to be dead instead. There were presumably other hits, like, okay, so it was a good Wraith form. Do I play Backstab right now? It costs me an energy next turn. Doesn't feel worth. You're just dead, right? To like Caltrops and stuff. Not quite. Almost. Okay, this run's sponsored by Wraith Form. Take 0 damage instead of 61 damage with Wraith Form. Nope. I'm at 69 health though, so that's pretty cool. Not a lot of footworks at the moment. This would be a great moment for Calculated Gamble. So we should probably think about this instead of not thinking about it. I feel like Vulnerable Potion blocks an artifact charge in this fight almost always, so I shouldn't be using that here. I think that playing Well-Laid Plans is a good idea, and probably playing Dodge and Roll Blur is good. Just do this. Don't overthink it. And go Neutralize and Acrobatics for next turn. I have successfully kept one block with Blur, so that's good. Is 69 still a sexual thing, or is it just nice? Both. Maybe. I don't know. It's whatever you want it to be. Caltrops, Footwork, Piercing Wail here. And maybe this one for next turn too. Very cool. I love being attacked for 67. I think it's correct to not be using the speed potion here because we can use it later. We can use it later and have it not be weakened by Frail, which will be a little bit better. I think. Everything is about Twitch chat except Twitch chat. Twitch chat is about power. Game of Thrones, right? Pretty sure that's from Game of Thrones. So noticing no block cards at the moment. Sort of interesting. I do have 9 dexterity at this point, so that's 733? 37 minus 6. So not a great reason to use speed potion yet. With 10 caltrops, we're dealing a lot of damage this turn. Probably worth getting rid of backstab so I don't draw it anymore. Definitely worth playing you. Next turn's going to be time for speed potion maybe? Or maybe it's too early still. I'll probably be able to block without it. I seem not to be getting attacked at all, so yeah, I can probably block this turn. Which game is this? We'll have leg sweep, so we don't have to play neutralize. Hold on to piercing wail just in case. I think at this point we just don't even need the piercing wail at the moment. Is this Battletoads? I fucking hope so. Imagine being the best Battletoads player in the world. The best Battletoads player in the world. Should I play a Slay the Spire one, blindfolded for AGDQ or something? Would y'all get into that? Maybe I should. And so here I'm picking Claw. Because Claw is the best card. It would be a very short run. Our silent deck has eventually killed the heart. I'm not sure that I did anything for the last 30 minutes of that run, maybe 45. I'm glad we could hang out and talk about things that made people uncomfortable and also conspiracy theories, though. It was a good time. It's been nice to chill Twitch chat. Hey, Jiao Tao.